Hi, welcome to our Yoga for Everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Skylar Ramirez. We are going to stretch out middle back, low back, and those energies that move diagonal across your body that can actually bind up the energies in the core. Let's get moving. Coming to a standing position. Take your feet out to at least the width of the hip bones and soften the knees. Let's roll the shoulders back. Inhale, sweep the arms back up and overhead. Just a nice big circle motion so we can start digging into those chest muscles and also elongating the spine. Let's pull the palms forward, pull the elbows down, keep the toes forward, bend the knees and press the hips back. Bringing the hands onto the thighs, the elbows are bent. From here, as we inhale, let's straighten the arms to create a nice big back bend. Big breath in place. Exhale, bend the elbows and gently start pressing the ribs towards the thighs. Then let those shoulders pull down towards your ears and maybe hang the hands nice and loose. Shake the head yes, and turn the head left and right. Drawing the hands up to the shins or the thighs, the elbows are bent. Bend the knees and begin straightening the arms, propping up the spine, taking the arms behind us. Inhale, sweep it overhead, opening the chest, big breath in. Exhale, take it in with the elbows again, bend the knees, push the hips back, hands onto the thighs, elbows are bent out to the side, moving into that standing back bend as we straighten our arms and prop up the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows again, draping the trunk of the body over the thighs. Hang the head and straighten the legs out just a bit. We might want to shift our weight forward just a tiny bit. Keep energy down in the heels and keep the neck relaxed. When you're ready, bend the knees, hands slide up onto the legs to support the spine. Reverse swan dive, arms come out and bring it overhead. One more time through, palms forward, pull the elbows in, keeping the chest open, bend the knees and flip those hips back. Hands to the thighs with the elbows bent and flipped out to the side. As you inhale, straighten the arms, stretching through the front of the body, keeping a little bit of protection in the lower front of the hip. Exhale, let it go, straightening the legs, drop the head and the neck, shake it out, take your arms down and relax. When you're ready, come to a still point. Let's bend the knees, draw the hands up to support the body, push into the thighs, reverse swan dive, big inhale, bring it up, nice big breath in, and now just let those arms sweep back. At least two more big sweeping breaths. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, back and around, reach up out of the ribs. One or two more, big inhale. At the top of the breath, reach, pull out of the rib in the waist, sweep it around. Last one, big breath in, and exhale back. From here, inhaling both arms overhead, press the palms together and lean just a little bit over to your left. As you're leaning over to the left, lift your left heel. And you might begin to notice as you lean to the left and lift the left heel, that you begin to open the right side of the body. So it's this big lateral stretch going on. We want to make sure the spine is as long as possible before we do too much twisting. When you're ready, drop that left heel. Slowly bring the hands to center. Press up, lean over to the right. From here, lift your left armpit. And now lift your right heel. As you lift the right heel, it's opening up the left side of the body and stretching through the trunk. Big inhale. Exhale, drop that right heel. Bring it to center, reach straight up overhead. Let's touch our toes together. Keep a little bit of space between the heels. As you exhale, try a gentle twist, lowering the hands down to shoulder height. The thumbs are either up or the palms rotate up, twisting towards the right. Push your right hip forward and pull the right shoulder back. When you're ready, bring those arms overhead. Easy does it. Exhale, twisting over to the left, either thumbs up or palms up, pressing the shoulders away from the ears. Stretching towards the left, push your left hip forward. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Let's add on to that twist. Exhale, hands come down to the chest. Bend the knees, push the hips back, twisting to the right, drawing that right shoulder back, pressing the right hip forward. Option to take the left hand away from the chest, maybe open the palm and press it to the outside of your right leg. Option to take your right hand, knuckles to the low back. Draw that right shoulder open just a little more and press into the left leg, pushing your right hip forward and left hip back. Let's look over the right shoulder. So we have this lovely stretch and twist going from the tailbone and low back through your ribs all the way through the crown of the head. When you're ready, bring it to center. Easy does it. Both hands come into the chest. Press the palms together. Inhale, taking both arms overhead. Lift the heels, coming up onto the balls of the feet, or maybe to the tippy toes if our calves and if our ankles permit today. Option to look up, one big breath. Exhale, pull the thumbs into the chest. Feet are flat on the ground. Let's press the hips back. Flip the hips back and twist towards the left this time. Holding that twist to the left, we're pushing our left hip forward and right hip back. Let's take our right arm across the left thigh, opening the palm, and maybe take the left hand to the low back. As we inhale, that left hand is secure. We're able to draw that left shoulder back a little more. Maybe we're loosening up those muscles in the chest and shoulder, pectoralis minor. One more big inhale. And now exhale, both hands to the heart. Easy does it there. From here, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, pull the hands into heart center. Let's cross our left leg over the right leg. And as we cross it over, we're keeping our right leg straight. Start to bend that left knee and lean to the left, opening up the side hip, opening up through the IT band. Let's take our left hand onto the left hip, extend the right arm straight up. As you inhale, pull up and out of your waist and out of the rib as well. Looking over the left shoulder, we're establishing a firm foundation with a very soft gaze. One more big breath with our reach. Exhale, slowly lower that right hand down. Let's uncross our legs. Go ahead and shake out the knees. Bring the feet into about the width of the pelvis bones. Crossing the right leg over the left this time. From here, bending the right knee, keeping the left leg straight. Push into the inner blades of the feet. That can be confusing. The inner blades of the feet are on the outside of the body now. Press into the inner blades of the feet. Lean over to the right, keeping the spine long. Let's take our right hand to the hip for support. Left arm circles overhead. Big breath in. Pull and open the rib. Open the sideways. Keep leaning over. One more big breath into your upper left lung with a reach. And now exhale, lower that hand down. Straightening both legs. Uncrossing and shake it out. Let's take our feet just to the width of our pelvis bones now, keeping the knees soft. Keeping our hands at the hips for now. We're stepping our right foot back, a casual stride. Bending the left knee. Inhaling, taking that left arm straight up overhead. Big breath in, lean towards the left, keeping a left knee bent while you straighten the right leg as much as possible. Let's bring it to center. Both arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms come down like a T, flipping the hips back. Let's bring our hands onto that front thigh, keeping the knee deeply bent. Push back into the right heel. From here, bringing our left arm forward, circle it around, open the chest towards your left leg. Lower the left knuckles to the low back. Option to straighten the left leg, so left and right legs are straight. Your right hip might be folding in just a little bit. We could always hold it right here to really embrace that stretch that spirals from the foot to the hip, across the pelvis. You can hold it right here, or maybe experiment sliding your right hand down past the knee to the shin. The lower we go here, the more challenging this may be for balance, as this is stretching from that right heel all the way across to your right shoulder. Option to come down a little more. Now, at some point, we're embracing some stillness, just holding this twist, securing the right hand somewhere on your left leg. Spine is long while the hips are flipped back. Let's take our left hand away from the low back. Take the thumb up, so it's rotating that shoulder back, and then lift that arm overhead. We're coming into a twisting triangle pose. This is a full body stretch. It's going to test and create a lot of mobility, moving across the body. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly bring both hands to that front leg. Let's bend our left knee, walk the hands to the thigh, establishing a nice, safe foundation for movement. The spine is long, both feet on the floor. Once we have that safe foundation, take the hands away. Inhale, bring it up overhead, holding warrior one. Let's pat ourselves on the back with the left hand. Take the right hand down and around to the low back. And from here, with that left elbow up, right elbow down, we're lunging forward. Right leg is back, left knee forward and bent. Inhale, pull that left elbow up and keep pressing down and back into that right heel. You can look up towards that left elbow. This can create a little bit of a challenge for the muscles in the neck. We could also look straight ahead or over to the right. Let's keep breathing here, at least 2 more easy breaths. Big inhale and exhale. At least 1 more. Big inhale and exhale. From here, both hands come down to the hips, stepping forward to establish a neutral foundation for our bodies. We have our feet open to the width of the pelvis bones, maybe to the width of the hips. When you're ready, step your left foot back. Let's keep a healthy bend in that right knee. Inhaling, taking the left arm straight up. Big breath in. Keep pushing straight back and down into that left heel. Lean over to the right. Now, as we lean to the right, press the right knee in just a little bit. Breathing into that upper left lung. Draw in the breath and reach at the top of the breath. The lungs are opening up the ribs, enabling just a little more movement. Bring it to center. From here, both arms come up. Big breath in. Keeping the knee bent. Exhale, swan dive. Both hands going onto our right thigh. Keeping our back flat. We're pressing into that left heel. When you're ready, take the right arm forward. Left hand is secure on that right leg. Inhale, open it up. Let the left hip come in. As you twist, tuck the knuckles of the right hand into the low back. Flip the hips back while that left hip folds into the right thigh. Keep that right knee bent. very important. Inhale, drawing that right shoulder back a little more, pushing into the left heel. We can hold it right here. We can look over the right shoulder in alignment with your collarbones or down at the floor. As long as the neck is neutral, it can swivel in different directions. To add on to this stretch, taking the right hand away, flip the thumb up, open the palm, and maybe reach up and out of that right armpit. Option to straighten the right leg, both legs straight as we're holding twisting triangle. Now at any time, if you choose to experiment and to change the pose, you can always lower the hand to the hip, or you can keep it extended. Option to slide that left hand down to the right shin, or even closer towards the floor. Keeping the breath in check. If it becomes very hard to breathe, maybe come up a little bit. Breathing is more important than the movement. The breath comes first. One more big inhale, open up. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Let's bend that right knee. Hands to the thighs. Inhaling, release the hands, reverse swan dive, take it up and overhead, warrior one pose. Let's pat ourselves on the back with the right hand, stretching from that inner left hip across to the right chest and shoulder blade. Take the left knuckles into the low back this time, keeping that healthy bend in the right knee. Inhale, open up the right armpit and keep pushing back into that left heel. At least 2 or 3 more breaths here. It is possible for the breath to feel a little shallow sometimes. The bigger breath is not always the better breath in some of these poses. One more big inhale. Exhale, relax. Let the right hand come down. Let's step forward and shake everything off. All right, moving into a little bit of a seated stretch for the low back and the outer hips. If you have access to a chair, go ahead and grab it at this time. And as we bring our chair into this mix, we're sitting just at the edge of the chair. Ideally, we are able to see that our knee is at the same height as our hip, or maybe a little higher. It's okay if the knee is a little lower. However, it might just feel a little different. From wherever you are, lift your left heel and cross that left heel over the right thigh. We're in a figure 4 or a seated pigeon position. Notice the position of the left foot. We do not want to point the toe here. Instead, create a flat foot so that the left toe is pulling towards your left knee. Sitting nice and tall, the trick is to create that little bit of a flip in your hips, the same thing we practice when we straighten our arms from the standing position. Taking a breath into the chest. Exhale, try pulling your ribs up and over the shin. Now, truly, they're not going to go over the shin, but this is an anatomical and directional cue to help you to adjust your own body. The same adjustment that we might be able to assist with in an in-person class, you can do for yourself with that physical cueing. Inhale, lift the ribs. Imagine you're trying to pull the ribs over your shin as you lean forward. On the in-breath, come up just a little bit. Now relax your jaw and come forward. At least one more big breath. And exhale forward. When you're ready, slowly come up. If you'd like to try this, take your right hand under the left ankle. Take your left hand around the left thigh. Use the mighty biceps to lift the leg and then sweep it across ever so gently, loosening up that outer hip and all those connecting tissues to your low back. When you're ready, take it to center. Let's slowly take that thigh out of rotation and place the foot on the floor, moving into the other hip. Let's lift our right toe and lift the knee. So at this point, if we keep that toe pulling up, we have a true hip rotation. Opening up the right thigh, right ankle to the top of the left thigh, sitting nice and tall. Lead with the heart as if you're trying to lift and press your ribs over your shin. Big inhale, the same movement we did from standing, pressing into the thighs, straightening the arms, creating a lovely back bend, but then coming forward. So we're isolating and contracting some energies in the spine while we're stretching others. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale from the throat. Inhale, come up just a little bit. Exhale from the throat. Now just one more. Big breath in. And exhale from your throat. Inhale, come up. Let's take the left hand under the right ankle. Right hand around that right thigh, using the mighty biceps, lifting the leg, keeping the toe in towards your knee, flexed foot, or a flat foot. Go ahead and rock it across. So we're working out any kinks, any tight areas around that hip. When you're ready, bring it to stillness. Let's slowly take that rotation out of the hip and place both feet on the ground. When you're ready, take the feet out to any comfortable width. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Lean forward. Fingertips are in, elbows are out. Let your belly rest between the thighs. And now just completely relax your spine. Opening up the lower and middle parts of the back. Shake the head yes, and turn it left and right. At your leisure, push into the legs. Slowly begin to lift the chin. Come up to seated. Just 3 unifying breaths to wrap this up today. Big inhale. Exhale back. 2 more. Exaggerate it. Flood your body with a fresh breath. It is just noontime. It is ready. The perfect time, readying the body to get through the rest of the day. From here, we can bring our hands together in closing. Namaste. Go enjoy the rest of your beautiful day.